Good morning. We are talking, it's sort of a class today, not so much cooking. So I have a lot of notes and things I want to share with you all today. Hopefully this board, I'm gonna have to move it out of the sun. Oh, that's it. We're gonna do it this way. Good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, everyone. Char, Louise, Fod family. That's an interesting. Hi, Deanna. So this morning I wanted to talk about inflammation because everybody's got pain. So many people have so many ailments going on that I just thought it would be kind of interesting to put all of that information down. I wanted to draw some pictures and talk to you about food, and it's all about food and healing here. How do we eat to feel better? For those of you that are joining me that have not been here before, hey Luann, good morning. Can you just make sure you guys can ask questions? Because sometimes I have my the subscriber on, because I do a subscriber class and I don't want to leave you guys out if you can't chat. So anybody that can, that's not a subscriber, can you just say hi, or I can text or something so I know you guys, it's possible. I don't anybody want to jump in and try that? I just want to make sure if you guys want to, you can ask questions. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Great. Okay, so a couple of things before I get started. This is a huge topic, and I want to share with you the focus on, thanks, Elizabeth. Thank you, Julie. Hi, Miss Black. Hi, Lulu. Thank you, guys. You guys are sweet. Already we're starting with all that love. So, the most important thing today is I kind of want to show you the basics of how you make choices to eat. I don't want to get into the science of inflammation as much as I want to talk to you about, making food choices. But I have a lot of notes because this topic is huge, and I want to sort of give you a broad spectrum conversation about it. So, everybody talks about inflammation. It's kind of a hot topic. Thank you. And I want to talk about a couple of things. So everybody talks about, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this. But for me, thank you, Michelle. I talk more about what to eat. And I want to share something that I learned when I was cooking. I've been cooking for 40 years. I studied food and healing under Anne-Marie Colbin. Good morning. And I went to her cooking school. It was in Manhattan, in New York City. And it was called Gourmet Cookery School for Food Healing, something like that. I actually forget. It's been a long time. It was in the 90s. And one of the things that she talked about that really hit home with me, and it was the beginning of my journey. Good morning. Thank you. Thanks, Kath. It was the beginning of my awakening about food and healing. And it was the theory of expansive. I want to do this on a board. Expansive and contractive. And I did this a couple of weeks ago, but I want you to see it here again. Expansive and contractive. Can you guys see that? I want to make sure that it's something you can see. Oh, this might work. Expansive and contractive. Because in inflammation, I think this has a big, is this, your board is reading backwards. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on. I got you. Thank you for here, Mira. Okay, there you go. Expansive and contracted. Let's get it out of the light too. Oh, I might move you guys, but let's see. Let me put you up here. We're gonna get it. You'll see. All right, expansive and contractive. Can you guys see that? So when you talk about eating food like this, you talk about, thank you, hey, Classy's in the house. All right, I want to stay focused, so I'm not going to chat too much and watch you guys because I really want you to see this. So when we talk about expansive food, in a way, we talk about the most expansive food is like alcohol and obviously drugs, right? And drugs could be, you know, pharmaceutical or any of those things, or, you know, bad drugs, all that stuff. And then we talk about sugar. But we also talk about, with sugar, we talk about high fructose corn syrup, high like all those glucoses and all those sugar syrups. So when you see like, even like a tapioca syrup or a glucose syrup, they're coming up with all of these names, and I'm in the process. I have so much to do. I feel like I'm never gonna have enough. I'm never gonna be able to give you I have so much information to share, but I want you to stick with me. Also, what's really expansive and sort of like opens up your being is okay, a lot of sugar, but processed foods, right? So everything that's highly processed, all those highly processed cereals, cakes, cookies, anything with like the dyes in it, food dyes, all of that stuff, it's out here. It's in that expansive sort of world of yuck, right? Caffeine is sort of in here, but it kind of moves in here because if you're drinking something like a green tea, you're sort of more moving into the anti-inflammatory world. Refined carbohydrates and overly processed foods. And dairy is sort of in this. We're going to move a little bit closer into the middle stage. Now, when we look at contractive, it sort of brings brings your food world back together. And that is salty foods, right? So I want to just show you this. Do you ever hear, like, you know, when people talk, they talk about, ooh, when I eat popcorn, I want to fill it with M&Ms. Salty, sugar. Oh, I love my steak to have a lot of salt. Salt and sugar. You're on the opposite sides, right? That's your body saying, it's too far away from each other. I need to get back to the middle. It really speaks of your body's pH, the alkalizing effect, or the inflammation effect. It all sort of works together. This theory of expansive and contractive is it's the Eastern philosophy of food, and it really plays a huge role in oh my goodness, here, wait. Salty animal. Okay, here. Hold on. Let me just also show you a couple of things. Artificial sweeteners. I want to put over here in this expansive sort of world. Also very highly inflammatory. Now, you know, for the most of the time, I talk about, hi guys, thank you for the follow. I want to just tell you, I love everything, and I'm usually very interactive, but this information is so important to me, and the food that we cook and everything that we do. And I noticed, and I didn't realize this was going to happen, but I noticed that a lot of people that are following me are not feeling so good. So I want to give you a lot of base information, and then we'll go right back to cooking. You know? All right, so now when we talk about the expansive, right, we have salty foods, we have animal proteins, and I'm going to say factory farmed animal proteins are very contractive. Processed meats, but processed meats that have quiet class today. Hey Cheryl. Yeah, I think people are just learning, and it's a lot of information. And I notice when I follow a lot of people that talk about this, they talk about it in a way that's very scientific. And I want to get down to actual food, because nobody's telling, it's like when you go to the doctor goes, well, you can't eat this, but okay, well then what can I eat and how do I cook it? That's my job. I'm going to teach you that, because that's where, thank you for all that love. That's where you're going to learn the practical part. How do I make a shopping list? How do I cook, blah, 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 blah. I have arthritis, I have cancer, I have, rheumatoid arthritis, or whatever's going on in your body. I'm going to help you. That's where I jump in. I have 40 years of the food and science of actually cooking and how do we heal ourselves. So I got you. So animal proteins, also processed meats. So when you talk about bacon, oops, sorry, I'm left-handed. When you talk about bacon and you're talking about sausages or hot dogs, think about this. I remember years ago, my very dear friend, she had twins, and I am a big proponent of when you have a baby, you feed them what you're eating. If I'm cooking fresh food, I'm cooking fresh food for my baby. I'm not thank you, Idaho girl. I'm not going to give my baby jar food. Now that's a personal choice and I'm not judging, but I remember seeing her take out a jar of little tiny, like this size little jar of hot dogs in some kind of, suspended in some kind of liquid. And I was like, whoa, don't feed, I was thinking in my brain, because I won't judge and I won't say anything, but I was thinking in my brain, oh my God, how is she feeding that to her baby? But that's what we've been trained to do. We have no idea how to make baby food for our kids anymore. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about processed meats, because I believe that the meats that you get from regenerative farming are much better for your body than the meats that you're going to get from, the top things that you see laying out in your grocery store. Okay? So hard cheeses, I'm going to put over here. Soft cheeses are much easier on the body. Fried food, right? All of these foods. And then fried food, refined flours, seed oils, all of these things become very contractive to the body. The body has to fight very, very hard to handle that. So when I look at this law of expansive and contractive, I say to myself, how do I balance my body? Hey, Sunny Debs. Everybody say a big love to Sunny Debs. Woo! Okay, so expansive and contractive. The best example I can give you is salty popcorn and sugary M&Ms. Think about a burger and a milkshake. Things like that, right? Ice cream, like salted ice cream, salted chocolate. People are learning that those combinations people crave because your body needs to balance. So as you get to the middle here, and you're going to understand why I'm talking about this theory from thousands of years ago. Stacy, you're going to catch on very quickly. Thousands and thousands of years ago, and this is Eastern philosophy, so in the Asian cultures, they talked about this. Expansive meaning, and I'll review again, alcohol, sugar, processed foods, food dyes, artificial sweeteners, which didn't exist back then, right? So they talked about watery fruits, watermelon, cucumbers. And then when you go back to contractive, we look at salty foods, highly processed animal proteins, processed meats, hard cheeses, fried food. Again, thousands of years ago, they didn't have that. But what we're talking about in expansive and contractive is, yes, these two spaces play a role, but most of the time, this is where you want to be, in the middle. And in the middle becomes grains and vegetables. This is when you're the most balanced. Nuts and seeds are over here towards the contractive. Fruits come to expansives, right? Fish is somewhere over here. And I'm going to create the chart for you. I have a couple of really nice charts that show this. And this works very, very well. The law of expansive and contractive works very well when you are going for surgery. When you set up for surgery, you want to be expansive. You want to only eat things that are not going to bring your tissues and body tight. You want it to be open. So you want to sort of be doing a lot of fruits, Hey, Ron! Ron! My puppy is having a heart attack. Ron! You got to come and get the dog. I'm on my live and he's crying to go out. Okay, so so when you're getting ready for surgery, I always tell people fast. Don't eat anything. Get to a point where you're doing juice fasting. Your body's open, your tissues are open. As soon as you get out of surgery, you want to be in a contractive state, meaning miso soup, a bone broth. It brings your body together and you heal much quicker. I've done it myself. I see it work. It's what I've done. Do you guys all understand this? Do you have a question about expansive and contractive? Because this is going to get us now to what it looks like to be, start moving into anti-inflammatory foods. Because thousands of years ago, they didn't have inflammation the way that we do, right? It makes a lot of sense, right, Sunny? Does anybody have any questions about what we've talked about so far? Because now I want to show you what this looks like when we take it to, thank you, this is great information. Anita, join our Book of Face, because after this class, it takes me about a week to catch up, but you're going to get all this information, and I'm also going to give you some lists, and then we'll go back, and if you've not been here before, now we're going to cook. How do we cook the Gulf of America? We don't do politics here, my love. We just talk about food and healing and love and happiness. Okay, so now let's take this to inflammatory and anti-inflammatory, right? I'm going to erase this. Everybody got it? So I always go back to this in my world. Now, food becomes personal, as we've talked about a million times here. Food is a very personal journey. Everybody reacts differently to food, different food allergies. We love different food, everybody has a difference of opinion of what food we love, and it makes a huge difference when you're eating. And I always, always, always talk about when you're cooking for yourself, when you're cooking for your family, there's three things that I look at. And I believe food has to be comforting. Before it can be anything else, it has to be on the Book of Faces too. Oh, great, Anita, good. I believe that food has to be several things before it can be anything else. Good morning. It has to be comforting, right? Food must be comforting in order to enjoy it. You have to get some sort of comfort from a psychological perspective before you can eat to be healthy. So that could mean anything from what food you grew up with, what did your grandma make you, what did your mama make you, what did your aunties make, what did you eat? Thank you, Mia. And what did you grow up with for comforting? Then I look at, what are the cultural things that your family ate when you weren't feeling good, when you weren't sugary, all I crave is sweets and carbs. Debbie, hold on to that. I want to talk to you about that. that means you're either eating too much or too little protein. And you want to go in small steps because you don't want to throw your balance one way or the other. And you might have to, when you come out of surgery, your body's all funky and wacky. But you want to, in small steps, add a little quinoa, a little bit of, root vegetables, a little, you want to start out, I got rid of this, but you want to start with nuts and seeds because that's going to draw you in, right? I should put this up here. Well, anyway, nuts and seeds, if you can do it. I don't know what kind of surgery you had and you don't have to share it here, but you can talk to me and I can maybe put a little meal plan to like a rebalanced meal plan for you. But you want to start with like quinoa, greens, maybe a piece of fish to draw you back the opposite way. So those kinds of, quickly in my mind, that's what I'm hearing. So comforting, food has to be comforting. You have to go to, what is your cultural background? I'm Italian and Eastern European. So for me, those foods, when I'm eating them, I'm completely drawn to them. I love that food. Eastern European food are like, to me, it's like a sweet and sour red cabbage or, stews and, those kinds of things. We all know what Italian food is. I personally like Northern Italian, but I'm from Southern Italian. But I can do without the red sauce and pasta. I like the Mediterranean types of foods. Okay, so anyway, so comforting, ancestral, so what's your, I don't think I can spell that, but I'll try ancestral. What's your ethnic background, right? And then the final thing for me is, and we've talked about this, is what's your blood type? And why that's so important and what I have found, and I have the book here, and all of this stuff is on my Kitchen Essentials page off of my the Organic Food Movement website, and I think I have a link. But what's your blood type? Follow your blood type. There is a very for all the diets out there, keto, zone, paleo, caveman, blah, 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 raw, this, that. If you know your blood type, to me, that you can build your diet based on these three things and you're going to feel the best. That's just my personal opinion. Good morning, Harrison. Go to school. You're supposed to be in school, aren't you? Oh, it's 8 o'clock, so maybe not. Okay, so we got that, right? So that's the next step. So from there, now let's talk about why does our body have so much inflammation? And hold on, I have, and I kind of messed up my papers because I was moving very quickly, but I have a bunch of notes and I really want to work with them because this is such an important, okay, here. Incorporating blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, I kind of messed this up, but that's okay. So here, when there's too much inflammation in the body, right? You hear all of these autoimmune diseases coming up. And think about this. Think about our children and our grandchildren. All of a sudden, I'll be 61 this year. And I notice, even when I'm in my shop, I notice that people are not feeling good. They are just not feeling good. And we need to get people feeling better. So, I'm only going to talk about the negative for a couple of minutes and then we're going to talk about the positive. Immune system overload, right? The body uses inflammation as a natural defense. So if you have joint pain, if you're dealing with arthritis, if you're dealing with any of those things, it's the body inflammation. Think about this, right? Think about you cut your finger and it gets red and puffy, right? Thank you, Sonny. And it gets red and puffy. Or you fall and you twist your ankle. Thank you for the follow. And you twist your ankle and your body gets puffy. Well, it's the same thing when you put inflammatory foods in your body, right? You can't see what's happening, but say you eat oh, you're lagging. Mine says a good connection and I'm not moving, so hopefully it's not, I'm not doing that, but you guys figure that out. I want to stay focused. I'm sorry. So think about when you start eating fried foods or heavy laden foods that have a lot of refined carbohydrates, or we just got off a huge holiday run. Everybody's having, cocktails and partying and eating a ton of food. We don't see it, but internally our body is starting to get puffy or sore. Our joints start to hurt, or our stomachs are bloated, or all of these things are happening internally. All of a sudden you're like, oh my God, why are my joints hurting? My joints are swelling. This is happening. Well, that's the internal body. Your body's saying, oh my God, I can't eat like this another second. So it gets inflamed. Does that make sense? Right? When we pare it down to very basic information, now we understand, okay, we can't eat like this. And while there's fun and while we love doing it, what happens, especially as we get older, and now I see it more, Cheryl, now I see it more in children. And for me, that's very scary, and it sounds the alarms. And I don't want to go to politics. I'm not even going to say it. We're just going to keep moving. But so that's the beginning, right? So that is where your immune system is overloaded, right? Tissue and organ damage. So prolonged inflammation, it harms the cells, right? Thank you for coming. It harms the cells and tissues in areas like joints, causes arthritis. It contributes to heart disease, digestive issues. And remember, this part I don't like doing. I like doing the positive, but I need you guys to hear this, because I think when we make that connection, hey Cam, thank you for my heart, me. When we make the connection of like, holy crap, now I understand why my joints hurt, and they don't have to, we can go back and fix it, because I 100% believe the human body is capable, thank you loves, of healing. And because we can make the decision of what we put inside our body, it totally changes the game, right? Okay, so tissue damage, increase of chronic disease, and this is the issue. Our country, our culture is so big with chronic disease right now, heart disease, diabetes, cancer. Oh, Jen, get to me. I don't want to post that, but I will do it in our Facebook page, and I will do it through email with you. I am very good at that because I've had to do it for myself, and I've learned what works. So please let me help you. Get to me as fast as you can. The increased risk of chronic disease. So all of those autoimmune diseases. Now, not to scare anybody, not to say anything, but I have seen people heal everything. The only thing that I don't see cure or heal, not that it's not possible, because I still believe it's possible. I just have not seen it yet. I've seen everything else: cancer, autism, spectrum disorders, HIV. I've seen all of that stuff sort of kind of reverse itself, but autoimmune's the hardest one. So the autoimmune pile is rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, all of those things. Is it possible? Yes. Can you manage those symptoms? 100%. Can you stop the pain? 100%. Crohn's and lupus, Kathy, all inflammation, we got you. We can get you to a point, and stick with us, because you're gonna learn a lot this morning, and then I show you how to cook it. And then I create little mini 7-day sort of meal plans, and they might be on my Book of Face. I might have one in there for you. Crohn's is Crohn's is a very sensitive sort of gut disorder that we have to take a little time, and I got to know a little detail about it. But email me and I will help you. And I don't charge for that because right now I need people to get well. Digestive issues, Crohn, joint and muscle pain, impaired brain function. You know, now you hear what's that thing that's getting everybody's brain? Yeah, see? All of these things, Jen, I believe it is mostly what we put in our bodies. And you could be eating as healthy as you think you are, but the ingredient list in some of these foods has gotten so inflammatory, RA and fibro, and I don't claim it. Nutrition's everything. That's it, Sonny. So you're seeing a difference, right? Anxiety, all of that stuff. I got you. There's something on my kitchen essentials. It's my daughter is 18 and she suffers terribly from anxiety, as that whole generation does. I believe we played outside when we were little, but saffron, it's on my kitchen essentials. She said it's changed her life. That and migraines to me are food sensitivities. So you gotta get tested. Yeah, Jen, magnesium, and they're both on my kitchen essentials page. There's like a roll-on that you can put on the bottom of your feet or a spray. And I think a few people have bought it that have been following me for a while, so they can tell you. But that and what's the other thing? The saffron supplement. It's on my kitchen essentials page off of my website, the Organic Food Movement. So energy loss, weakened immune response. If you're getting sick all the time, these things, oh yeah, that's the best. Katie, my love, I miss you so much. So, premature aging. Why is it inflammatory? So, rich in trans fats formed during frying is like terrible for us, right? So, what are the first few things that you can remove from your diet? Well, fried food you can remove, because if you want to have that fried flavor, you can roast at 400 degrees in your oven with a little extra olive oil, and you're going to get that flavor, and you won't feel so sick. Artificial sweeteners. Bleh. Oh, okay, so this is like, this is all the notes we just talked about. Okay, so now, tips to reduce inflammation. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what we can do to start to heal our bodies from inflammation, because this is very important. Fatty fish, right? What do I use? What do I use for anxiety? Roland, I just said on my kitchen essentials, there's 2 supplements that I love. And, these are just to start you off. And then once you can sort of calm yourself, then you can start to look at other issues that are happening, other environmental issues. But I love the supplement saffron. I have it in my kitchen essentials page. It's by Natural Factors. It is beautiful, Jen. Those are great fishes. And also some magnesium. You're probably lacking magnesium. So, Sonny, I like kava, but I find that to crash. Hi, Tyler. It's so nice to see you. I find there's a big crash with those. So I like to use, if you're going to go down that herbal route, I think, for me, this is just me speaking about anxiety, I like the compilations of herbal compilations that might have like St. John's, Kava, GABA, all of those things. But I find those to mess too much with my what do you call them, neurotransmitters. So I'm not a big fan. For sleep, I would start with magnesium, and then when you get, yes, Jen, that's great. And if you go look, lemon balm, oh my God, I know, that's my jam. Lemon balm tea, I just can't get enough of that. I was actually gonna do a tea class today, healing around teas, like what teas work with what. But I thought the inflammation, I got a few people that were really stressed the other day. And I said, oh, I gotta get some inflammation out there. But yeah, we'll do tea next week. All right, so fatty fish. Now, it's kind of funny. If you guys have been following me for a long time, drink water too. Following me for a while now, since September. In the beginning, I was doing like, if you have this, eat these 10 foods. 10 foods are better for this, blah, 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 back and forth, all these things. And what I started to notice is that it's all the same damn foods in different combinations. So let's talk about that. Fatty fish, leafy greens, kale, chards, escarole, spinach. Got to be careful with spinach for some people that can't do a lot of high oxalates, till you get your body balanced. But all of those things, right? Kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, all of that. Berries, anthocyanins galore, antioxidants, turmeric, ginger, nuts and seeds, olive oil, right? Remember, I promote organic all day long. So if you haven't been here before and you know me, organic food. Clean, whole foods. Okay, olive oil, sweet potatoes, jewel yams. Calm down, pal. It's gonna be okay, buddy. Avocados. No, baby. You're gonna be fine. Those are the top 10 foods, and then we can put them into all different combinations. Now, let's chat. I know we got meat lovers. I know we got all kinds of people out there. And I want to take you through, and I'm gonna lay out this chart, and then I'm gonna give it to you. But this book that I've read pretty much 20 freaking times in my career, and when I'm working with people and creating diets and trying to create balance, the name of the book, and again, I put it in my Kitchen Essentials page, it's called Alkalize or Die. It's a little crazy. Do you want to show, just bought some because they looked healthy. Do you want to see yellow yams? So when you say yellow, did they give you the name of them? Are they organic, or did you get them conventional? Polyester. That boy is a runner. He cries because my daughter says he's on the spectrum. I mean, I use yellow yams, okay? That's great. Yeah, are they like a very starchy yam? Because those are really good, the purple Stokes. My puppy is on the spectrum, and when he hears people amp up any type of non-calm chatting, he goes into that mode. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you. It's actually, I put it on the Kitchen Essentials page because it's a hard to find book. It's expensive, but it is unbelievable. Yeah, the very starchy yams, their Stokes and stuff are fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so I wanna show you something. I wanna talk a little bit about food combining. It's an old sort of thing that I never really hear anymore. And I think it's really important to understand so that when you're eating really good foods and you're still feeling not so good, this is why. This is sort of like the last piece of the puzzle. So food combining is a theory that, and I believe it's more than a theory, I think there's a lot of truth to this and very important. A lot of people don't talk about it anymore. But when you combine foods, your body has different enzymes, right? And some of them start in your mouth, some of them start in your gut. And they break down different things. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an RD, I am literally a chef that has studied food and healing forever and want to feel good. So I am talking to you from a layperson's perspective, not a professional dietitian or any of that. But I know this. I know the combinations of food when you're eating them. So here's a perfect example. What is the American standard breakfast? Besides cereal and all that, it's like a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, right? Right? So you have a carbohydrate, a protein, and fats. All three of those things are right? Bacon and eggs and toast, right? There's always a toast, a biscuit, an English muffin, potatoes. So here's the theory that many people who taught me believed. Take that bacon, egg, and cheese. There's 3 different types of foods going on there. There's protein, tortilla, anything wheat, right? We're talking about a wheat, a bread, a starch. Carbohydrate, right? So you have a fat, a carbohydrate, and a protein. Those 3 things. Well, the body has 3 different, should you mix a complex, hang tight, I'm going to show you how this works. The body has 3 different enzymes to do that. They cannot release them all at once. Did you know that? When I heard that for the first time, it was like a giant bell hit me in the head. So you eat that, carbohydrates start in the mouth. I forget the rest. I don't know. And then as it sits, it goes to your gut. It takes, and then think about like, oh, there's an orange on your plate. You eat the orange, like a little thing, like a little garnish. And you say, that orange. Or maybe I want to eat some berries or melon or a fruit cup before my breakfast if you're out to eat, like you're on a buffet, right? Fruit takes, like melons take 5 minutes or it's like 20 minutes or something to digest. Carbohydrates take, I think it's like 4 to 6 hours, but I'm talking about clean. Did you learn this on culinary nutrition school? Yes. Hang tight. I'm gonna teach you what you need to know. Unless you need the science, then you got to go somewhere else. But I'm gonna show you this. And then proteins take like 8 to 10 hours to digest. So now you have all that food in your gut, and what happens is it cannot digest. It can't break down fast enough. So now what could have taken, 20 minutes, 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, now it sits there for days and gets putrefied and stuck. And now you have constipation. Now you have bloating. You have acne. Now all of a sudden your body starts to produce free radicals that go into your arteries and scratch. Then it forms cholesterol and it forms cholesterol and kind of to protect your arteries and veins. And now all of a sudden you're sick over years and years and years and years. So what I have learned is that if you're gonna eat eggs with spinach and mushrooms. If you like tomato, it's okay. But make your protein the main part of your meal. Say you're on a buffet. People love buffets. I can't stand buffets personally because I can't eat all that food and I feel like shit afterwards. So I don't like to eat them. But if I'm gonna eat at a buffet, I'm gonna choose certain things. If I feel like eating fruit in the morning and it's breakfast and I don't wanna eat a lot, I'm just gonna eat their fruit. I'm never gonna eat fruit with food. I'm always gonna eat fruit first. I'm always gonna eat melons first. If you go to a wedding and a big party, stay away from the fruit. Do not eat the fruit display. Nope. Because what happens is now your body's eating that, but then you go right over and you eat whatever their stupid little thing is, a meatball or a sausage or I don't know, they're making pizza in the corner and a pasta bar over here. Pick one, because you're gonna feel better, because then you're gonna have a cocktail and you're gonna do this and your body is just completely overloaded. Does that make a lot of sense? So let's talk about this. I'm gonna draw these circles, right? You're gonna have a heavy protein here. I'm gonna have to go to this side for you guys. Can you see that? Heavy protein. Can you see that written? Okay, good. So now you're gonna have down here, we're gonna put fruits. I'm gonna show you how planning your foods makes sense. And then, you know, you can't see it. Oh, let's see how we're gonna do this. Let me see, maybe if I put you this way, hold on. I'm gonna try, let's try this combo. Does that work? Can you see the board now? Bummer, 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 bummer. How about that? Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Perfect. Okay, great. Okay, so you have heavy proteins, all meats, including fish. Okay? Fruits. So this is citrus. Okay? Then you're gonna do semi-sweet fruits. When you see this, and this is gonna help you heal, you're gonna be so excited. Good morning. Okay, semi-fruits, apples, pears, things like that. Remember, apples and pears, right? Apples, and 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? And then at the end, we're gonna do sweet fruits. Those are like banana, dates, dates, things like that, right? Now you have your heavy protein. You're gonna do your light protein up here. Right? Light proteins are nuts and, what is it? Nuts, cheese, and beans. Okay? And then you're gonna do starches, which are potatoes, pastas, breads. Pasta over here. Watch, you're gonna crack up when you see, you're gonna be like, the light bulb is gonna go off on all of you guys. Write larger. Oy. All right, I'm gonna try. Pasta. This is this is starches. Sorry. I don't have enough room to write larger. Let me see. You're gonna see this. I'm gonna get this to you. You're gonna be able to. I love your fridge. Thanks, Jen. You know, can I do an off topic about that fridge? That is, you know, so many people, they spend money on like Thermador and all those nonsense, big giant brands that are like 20, 30,000. This was wait, which one is this called? This is the Electrolux. And it's a side-by-side fridge and freezer, and they were like a quarter of the price. Is that crazy? All right, anyway. All right, starches. Potatoes, pastas, and breads. Potato, oh, this is small. Sorry, mama. Pasta and bread. So it's all kinds of starches. And in the middle, remember what's in the middle? Complex carbs. So yes, they're gonna fall in the same because they're gonna break down. I'm talking to you guys right now more about fresh food. Okay? So let's not really think about let's go back and look at that this acts as you know, more kind of fresh and less of the processed foods, right? So now the middle one are your vegetables. So look, right? Doesn't this look familiar now? Our expansive and contractive. Let me see. If I put you closer, I don't think you can see it. Can you still see it? Is that better? Can you see the whole board? I don't think you can see the whole board. So annoying. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. Let me see, hold on. Oh, you can see, I see what's happening. All right, it's a little bit better. A little better. Thank you for all that love. You guys are awesome. Okay, so vegetables are, I'm gonna just put veg right here. You got your broccoli, you know what a veg is, greens, blah, 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 okay? All right, hold on, I wanna make this a little smaller because I have to write in here. Okay, now let's look at the combinations of these and how this works. Okay, so let's look at the combinations of how this works. What we're looking at is so maybe it's hard to see for some because of the glare. Yeah, I think that's what the problem is. So are we talking about the order of which type of foods to eat? No, what we're looking at is what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna draw some lines and say, when you combine these foods together, so we're looking at food combining right now. It's a very old sort of like, it's an old sort of theory that nobody really talks about anymore. And it helps with inflammation in terms of when you combine foods in the right way and you eat them correctly, and you can still eat all your favorite foods, you will not feel so bad because you're digesting the food properly, and you will and it helps break the food down and you don't experience inflammation. So when you look at this, when we talk about this, right? If you were to combine, like I just said before, heavy proteins with fruits, like if you ate melon and then had a steak, your body can't digest that. So it will like sort of putrefy in your body and then you get inflammation, right? So whether you're eating organic steak and organic fruit or not, it's not gonna matter because you cannot digest them at the same time. So this combination of food is extremely acidic. We haven't used that term yet today, but acidic means when you have acid in your body, that's what's causing inflammation. Did you know that? So I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the term, oh my God, this food makes me so acidic, or, reflux, that burn in your throat. If you're experiencing reflux, you're in sort of like that second stage of inflammation, right? And there's stages, and we can go through that too. My thing is I don't like to talk about the bad stuff. I like to talk about the good, but you need the bad in this class so you can make the connection of what's happening in your body, right? And then we can go back to cooking because now you know the combinations of foods and why we're doing them. But don't we need acid to digest? That's why they say we can't drink alkaline water before a meal. Never heard that, Stacy, but here's what I want to say about that. Hydrochloric acid is what's in your stomach and you need that kind of thing. But acidic food is different. Think about this, when you create acid, there's a pH in your body you need to be at. And when your body's alkalized, meaning, I didn't really talk about this theory, and it's hard for me because I'm just a chef, so I understand the theories. I'm just not sure how to scientifically explain it. But low stomach acid, it could be. I can't answer that way. What I can answer acid reflux to be in terms of food and breaking food down, acid reflux is inflammation. Your body's not breaking down food. It's sitting there. You're not digesting it. Part of the reason becomes this combination of food that you're doing. If you're eating fried foods, it's too acidic for the body. It's too inflammatory for the body. So your body's kind of backing it up. That's the way I can explain it to you in layman's terms, in a chef's terms, right? So, and isn't it, this is a perfect example for me, Stacy, Rainbow Nursery, and polyester. We have been led to be so confused by all of this information that we walk around going, what the F do we eat? Because we have no idea, because there's constant conversations. But the theories that I'm talking about today, for me, have been around way longer than any dietitian I've ever met, and any RD I have ever met, and any professor teaching this information or doctor I have ever met. And when I follow these principles for myself, I feel the best. So that's what I'm trying to talk to you about, partly sunny chance of shade. I love that. When I eat smaller portions, I have less acid reflux. Yes, Sassy, but you have to think, can you share with me when you have acid reflux, can you share with me what you're eating? Just share with us. Lemon water's not good. Drinking lemon water is excellent, but it's a first thing in the morning, Joni, because while lemon juice is acidic, when it enters the body, it actually alkalizes the body. I cannot explain the science. I can only explain it in that way. Right, lemon is alkalizing. When it's outside the body, it's acidic. But when it enters the body, it becomes alkalizing. Can you share with us? I want to go back to that, the acid reflux. Can somebody share that? And I'm going to give you, in a minute, let's put aloe on the side for you guys, because, in fact, let's just talk about that right now. I'm gonna dip off for a second. One of the things that I have seen, I ate bacon and sausage and eggs. There you go. Okay, so I've been on Prilosec for years. Would love to be off it. Yeah, Jen, you gotta get off that. Okay, thank you for this new information. Good morning. Good morning. It ghosted me. I said I have it when I eat bad food. Okay, so I don't know what that means. You got to tell me, because bad food for you might not be bad food for me. Do you know what I mean? But let's go back. Let's do the bacon and egg thing. If you're eating bacon and eggs, scrambled eggs and a piece of bacon, the chances of you getting reflux, unless you cooked it with a seed oil, or thank you, or you is lime the same as lemon? Yeah, it's the same. Fried pastry, greasy, that is going to kick off acid reflux for somebody whose gut is messed up, for sure. So, okay, so does that make sense? Now, acid reflux people, if you are suffering, we have to change your diet, have to. But while you're trying to figure it out, more than I heard it can cause, Stacy, hang tight. Yes. You're talking about, to me, Alzheimer's is one of those issues that is environmental, emotional, and food related. It's like a perfect storm of things. And it's the end result. But we can go, it's all right, baby. See, I'm getting amped up and he starts crying, my puppy. What helps me with gut issues as juicing 32 ounces of freshly juiced celery juice? That will do a great thing. It's fabulous to do that. But if you do that and then go and eat all the, the foods that cause the reflux, you're just cycling, right? Avocado, olive, yes, all of the, you guys got it. All right, so, hi, buddy. What's up? Hold on. We gotta go. We gotta move. Let's see if we can let the puppy out. Hold on. He's had enough. He needs to get out and explore. Goodbye, pup. That's Jackson. These are my little crazy dogs. Hello. All right. We just had a little cute commercial. What about the bacon and eggs? You started to say something. Okay, so if you look at bacon and eggs, right? If you're doing, let's do that combination, because then I want to go back to this because you'll understand it. Okay, bacon and eggs. If you eat eggs by themselves, right, and you use, I wouldn't use a seed oil. I wouldn't use a pan spray, because those things change what you're doing. I would cook it with ghee or butter, right? That would be the best way to do it. Or maybe bacon fat. Now, some people might still get acidic because you're already in an acidic state. But if you don't have the reflux issue, just eating bacon and eggs without toast, without carbohydrates, without all of the extra, the fruit, the biscuit, the English muffin, just eat your bacon and eggs. Done. That's going to digest easily because it's the same digestive enzymes that are breaking all of that down. So you're less likely to feel inflammation by just eating those two things rather than creating the plate of toast, biscuit or English muffin, fried, the hash brown potatoes, the little fruit cup before or after. Yes, we are. Well, our culture has been trained to be acidic. That's why everybody's getting sick. So now if we peel it back and eat fresh, clean food and we add this fourth piece in, you're going to see a difference. Hey, buddies, come here. Hey, come over here. It's like having kids. Okay. Does that make sense, the bacon egg question? Lisa, that's the difference. I'm telling you, practice it for yourselves. Stop with the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and the big giant breakfast and adding a pancake. We can't eat like that anymore. Have pancakes one day without berries. Don't put the blueberries in the pancakes because the body can't digest it. Yeah, American culture, our food culture. It does make sense, right? Just try it out. Try it for a week. One day, have fruit. I have to look at the yogurt thing. It's a soft milk product. I don't think it digests the same way. I would eat fruit, period. And if you like to eat fruit every morning, eat fruit, wait a half an hour, and then go to your next food group, right? Yeah, I mean, listen, we're just gonna not even think about that right now, Sunny, because that's like another conversation, right? That's a Zoom call of the politics of food. If you guys want to do that, I'll do it on a Zoom call and we can do that. And I will talk politics of food all day long. All right, so now I know we're in this big, it's so bad that here comes the sun. It's coming right through my window. All right, so heavy protein and fruits. That combination is extremely acidic. And if we don't, and I would also say it's extremely inflammatory. And the reason why is because separately they digest differently. The enzymes to digest fruit and the enzymes to digest protein are different. They will not digest at the same time. So that's what makes it acidic in the body. If you eat your fruit and then an hour or like 45 minutes later, you eat your high protein, you're fine. Okay? So now let's move on. If you do heavy proteins with light proteins, right? So this way, we're going to go around the circle. Now this is, right, nuts, cheese, and beans, right? So let's say you do grilled chicken and you want to have a salad with chickpeas because a bean is considered a light protein. You got to be careful because you can Google a food combining chart. Yep, you can. I can also make one for you and you can stay with me. But yes, there's plenty of information out there. This becomes moderately acid forming, right? A little harder to break down, but I don't know if it's Harvard University. I don't follow Harvard at all. This is my food and healing education and my chef work for the past 40 years. Yeah, June, it takes me a little time to catch up, but it'll be part of the pile of stuff you get. What did I already say, Sunny? Okay, so nuts, cheese, and beans, right? When you combine them with heavy proteins. Now, here's the thing. What I notice is when you want to do this, you could do. Thank you, Orphaned Angel. What you can do is you can say, okay, if 50% vegetarian chili is probably good, then that's great. Yes, exactly. You're getting it. I appreciate the learning. Just suggested so we could have a chart. Yes, yeah. I wish I could get ahead of myself and give you the material before I start the class, but I'm just not there yet. So yes, exactly. What we said, eggs plus cheese. Well, let's look at our map, right? So cheese is here. It's considered Let's see. I guess that would all be in the light protein. But here's the thing. Hard cheese is more inflammatory than a soft cheese. So if you were going to do eggs and cheese, it would be sort of like a 60-40 split. 60 egg, 40% soft cheese, like a feta or a goat cheese. Get the way? And then I would absolutely add greens, maybe do Swiss chard. I am very sensitive about spinach. A lot of people go to spinach, but you got to be careful because if you have a high oxalate issue, you can't eat that. So, he'll come. The puppy, he knocks on the door, or sometimes he'll even unlock the door. Oh, great, Kathy. I didn't see that. I only found it like this, and I think there was a Kindle version too. Tofu and tempeh would be considered a light protein, yes. So then now if we go to light proteins and starches, it becomes, again, it's slightly acidic. Same for this. Ron? Ron, can you take care of the pups? Oh, he's out there. Okay, good. And then when we go here, if we look and say, okay, let me pair this here, this is also slightly acidic. Now why? The reason, again, is because proteins take a different enzyme. The book is this, Alkalize or Die. See, Joni? When you do this, and I'm going to get you all the charts for you, how do you know if you have a high oxalate? Well, I believe it would be anything like, like the uric acid, like a gout or something like that. And you got to check if you feel sick or if you feel swollen. No wonder I'm so acidic. See, Lisa, isn't it amazing when we get the education? You can have a hamburger, but what can't you have with a burger? Think about this. The American burger is a bun, highly processed bun, with beef, and then we're melting cheese over it. Look at all the slider night that we did. Remember, we chose not to do the buns because it looked better, it felt better, right? Yeah. So you can have a burger. You could even melt the cheese over the burger. And then you'd pair it with some, I don't know, maybe caramelized onion and mushroom, and make a giant arugula salad with that, with it changes the game when you have this information. See, now you know why, Mary Ruiz. Isn't that amazing? Tomato is one of those things. Lettuce burger, exactly. Collard greens. Is it as fun? No. Are you going to feel better? Yes. Are you going to get the burger that we love? Absolutely. So, and then remember, we add the regenerative agriculture beef that's 100% grass finished. Now you having your omega-3s rather than trans fats and omega-6s, right? So it changes the game. This is why, at 61, I still get to eat all my favorite things, but I don't have the pain because I change the way that I do it. Okay, now, so now slightly is better, right? Now, why would it be that the protein, the heavy protein and the vegetable is, and remember, tomato is a nightshade. So if you are suffering from arthritis of any kind, you cannot eat nightshades, cannot. Nightshades are peppers, fresh peppers, tomatoes, eggplants, and white potatoes because they grow at night. You cannot eat them. Stop eating them till you get your inflammation down. Okay, now look at this. Fruits and vegetables. Slightly acidic. right? And the reason why, again, is because fruits have a different enzyme than a vegetable to break it down. Do you eat a lot of nightshades? Isn't that amazing? Like, why isn't anybody talking about this stuff? Hi, Katie. Potassium high. I know, my love. And you did really good because we gave you. Katie was like one of my, actually, I think my first follower ever, and I did a meal plan for her because she's really suffering, and I think she followed it and had some really good results. So I'm very excited about that. List nightshades again. Nightshades are my favorite vegetables, actually. Tomato, eggplant, white potato, and fresh peppers. You're welcome, Kathy. Beets are a root vegetable. I do not believe I've never heard beets be a nightshade. Did you say we cut the lining out of the red pepper? It's okay for an RA to eat. I said if you do that, you have to get it all out. And yes, you could eat it then. But if you're really suffering, I would avoid them for a while till you got, till you sort of got that like remission, or you got it under control. I know, they're my favorite too. And then you pile them on with dairy, and why do you think arthritis is so prevalent? Crazy, right? All right, so now, so here's our chart, right? It's all in the this is not slightly, this is a moderate. Sorry, this is moderate. But again, you also have to decide, am I going to have a vegetable plate today with a little bit of fruit? Like here. A lot of people do like an arugula salad with strawberries, right? Now, you could do that if you make an arugula salad and you do like 70% is your vegetable, and then 30% or 25% is your what do you call it? Strawberries. And then maybe, what does that leave me? 70, 25. And then 5% is maybe a sprinkle of goat cheese. So when you do it like that, and I have to look at the percentages, I forget, but that's how they have to be that far apart. It helps the digestive process. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. So now the next step is moderately acid is the fruit and vegetable. I mean, for me, I like my fruit separate. If I'm going to eat fruit, I make a beautiful fruit salad in the morning before I eat anything, and that's what I eat, and I'm done. I don't like to eat fruit at night. I just don't feel good if I do that. I love dried cranberries in my salad. Is that okay? I think so. I think that's okay because you don't put a lot of those in, and it falls under that percentage of being an issue. So if you're putting a tablespoon of dried cranberries in a salad or 2 teaspoons, I think that's negligible compared to what else you could be up to. Can I ask where you got your information from? So Donna Marie, I have been studying food and healing for 40 years. I went to the Natural Gourmet Institute for Food and Healing back in the 90s. And I have been working with food and healing for that long. So I don't have a degree in this. I have just been chefing food and healing and organic food for years, and I guess I'm what do you call it? I'm self-educated. I've read, I don't even know, 40, 50 books. If I showed you my library, you'd lose your mind. But yes, so, and I say that all the time. I'm not a registered dietitian. I am not a doctor. I am not any of those things. I'm not a PhD. I am a little old chef that's been chefing this way for 40 years, and I'm passing on the information. So, if so I guess the disclaimer would be speak to your doctor who knows nothing, but you can, you know what I mean, like they don't know anything and they don't help us, so we're going to help ourselves. So light protein to vegetable, slightly alkaline forming. And again, it's all about how much it breaks down. That's what it is. Good chefs are always concerned with quality and correct food combinations. Like, chef, you're sweet, thank you. I will take you over any of them. Look, listen, you know, doctors get, I think now it's less. It used to be when I first started, they got 10 hours of nutrition. Now then it was like 6. Now I think it's 4. Now it's like 1 class. They don't get it. They're being taught to heal, if that's even part of their curriculum, by the pharmaceutical companies. So, you know, again, that's a Zoom call. And we can have that. You guys just let me know and I got you, because not only have I studied this, but I understand the politics of food. You have all the right information about the food, chef, more than what doctors know. We appreciate you. Thanks. I appreciate it too. You know, it's a hard call because I don't want to make a mistake because people feel so ill. But I do know that following this is very, very, very key. And it's just the combination of how you eat your food that makes the difference. Okay, so now this is slightly, again, here's your starches, right? Then you go and you add your vegetable, you're in the moderate. Again, it's all about food combining and moderately, food combining and, you know, how your body digests food. Right? They only know meds for symptoms. Listen, we're going to get there. We are going to get there. I think all misunderstood. No, what a doctor of medicine does. I would love to have this in a chart. Yes, you're going to get it in a chart. You know, I'm a little behind. I'm slow, but I get there. So now, again, right, we go to starches and sweet fruits, right? And we're back to slightly. So you see what we're doing, right? And then we're here, right? You have your last rounds back here. So you do your moderate. And this is moderately alkalizing, acid forming. Now, when you go to fruits, semi-fruits, and semi-fruits to sweet fruits, you're in the alkaline forming phase, right? So from here to here, and of course we know why, because alkalizing. And this is all about inflammation, right? Slightly alkalizing. Now look at this. You go heavy proteins and starches is highly acidic. Highly acidic. Why? That's your burger and fries. That's your burger and fries. That's your hamburger on a bun. That's your fried chicken, fried steak, all those things. I don't want a mechanic working on my car that doesn't know how a car works. If we all get well, big pharma. Yeah, that Katie, all of that stuff has to be on like all of these conversations. We have to move it to like a Zoom call because we don't want to get knocked out of the box. Although the box is getting a little bit less angry. Okay, so you get it. Steak and potatoes, exactly. If you're gonna eat mashed potatoes and steak, we're effed. But it's delicious. So what do? Well, what you do is you have 2 tablespoons of mashed potatoes and you eat your steak. I know that sounds so annoying. And then you eat a nice big fresh, I wouldn't do like a sauteed green, or obviously I wouldn't do cream spinach, but I would do like a salad and maybe eat the salad. And that's what's nice about a salad before a meal, but find the cleanest salad there are, you know? Yeah, Sunny Debs, that's true. Like, you know, my husband was, you know, had a government job and we have great insurance and all that nonsense, but we never use it, just so you know. We go to functional doctors, naturopathic doctors, even my daughter, you know, we had to do a few things to, you know, keep New York State happy, but we went off the grid and did our own thing with our own doctors that sort of, you know, aligns with how we live our life. But that's the thing. Exactly, Sunny. I can't talk about this because I'm going to get in trouble. But I want to so badly. Okay, so alkaline acid food. Do you guys understand why we have inflammation now? Does this make sense? The book is very very aggressive. It's called Alkalize or Die. Dun dun dun. I put it in my kitchen essentials. You know, it was in the $30 range. Somebody found it, you know, used a light condition, but you know, that's it. Can I come stay with you for a few months? Yes, you can. You can just stay here with us, right here in this space. Every Wednesday morning I do, you know, I was thinking today, like, how am I going to teach, you know, anti-inflammatory? And I was like, really, the conversation has to be this. I have adopted all of you. What are you talking about? You're already here with me. We're doing it. I got you. Okay, so now I want to read a few things from this book really fast, and then I got to go because I have a class, actually. And I love this book, you know, those of you that buy it, you're going to see a lot of the stuff that I write to you and teach you is going to be from this, but I want you to hear something. Oh, here, menu percentages. This is what I wanted to show you. So breakfast, fruit, which is 100% alkalizing. Lunch, 90% vegetable and 10% rye crackers, whatever that, you know, and 60% vegetables. I'm gonna teach you this. I can't show you this now because you won't get it, and then you're gonna have 100 questions, and I can't because I have too much going on. Do this now because you won't get it. And then you're gonna have 100 questions, and I can't because I have too much going on. But here, I have to clock in. I know. But here, I have to clock in. I know. I have to clock in. I know. It's okay. Me too. For those of you that don't know, join the Book of Face, the Organic Food Movement. Send me your email. I'm on that link tree. Email me and become a subscriber, because subscriber night is Monday nights. The next time I'll be on is either tomorrow or Friday. I'll be in my kitchen at work and we'll be cooking some fun stuff, not paying any mind to this. And then Sunday mornings we do a live cooking class that's so fun. We made soups the other day, and then we're back in the rotation. So we're kind of getting a groove going. But I really love you guys. Become subscribers. It's like $2.99 or something silly. And that's Monday nights, and you get all the recipes. So you got it? I know, I'm so sad about that, Katie, but you're back. Yes, yeah, I know everybody's waiting for that. So I understand that. But in the meantime, make sure you're on the Book of Face so that we get, you know, we stay connected. YouTube has all the live videos. I just kind of throw them back up so you'll be able to, you know, connect. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you on the Book of Face. I will see you on lives tomorrow. Thank you. I love hearing this kind of stuff. I know it's so helpful, right? Thank you so much for being here. It went so fast, but we got it done. Woohoo! And I'll send you all this information. You'll get it. It'll be posted in the Book of Face shortly. Have a wonderful day, guys. Love you all. Thanks for all the gifts, follows, shares, love, blah, 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 blah. I never want to leave you guys. It's just so fun. Thank you, Renee. Love you. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye. Yay. Thank you for my love. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for all the love. Yay, finger heart. I love that thing. It's so cute. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for your love. I will see you shortly, either tomorrow or Friday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, guys. Wait, I've been very sick. Oh, Renee, let me know. Reach out. You had the flu? Did you make your flu tonics? Gangsta Grammy. All right, bye, guys. Have a wonderful day. Have fun at work.